Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's Q&A session with me and hopefully Mr. Chris Palmer. Joe is there. Randy is also there. Hopefully Chris Palmer will be here. My fear just now, and I'll tell you why I'm starting at 4 p.m. UK time, is yesterday we done our live show at the normal time in the UK, and not many people turned up. So the time difference for this week, because the Americans don't change their time until this weekend, knocks it out. So we shall see if Palmer turns up. I'm not sure if he's going to be knocked out by that. It should still be 12 Eastern time for Palmer, but yeah, we'll see. But if you are here, please do ask any questions. We will answer as many as we can. Hopefully Chris will join us, and we'll try and answer as many questions as you can throw at us on here. Randy, looking forward to Dallas. I've not even started my slides yet. I probably should do that tomorrow. My graphic person is in the background and probably not aware that she's got slides to make all at the last minute, as per normal. But she now knows. Simon, good to see you. Randy, you are welcome to come in. Why don't we just get Randy in, just in case Palmer doesn't come? Randy, let me get you the link if you want to jump in. So, guys, we'll get Randy on and get all the shit out of him as well. Ask him about PR things and all that stuff as well. So, Randy, give me a second. I'll ping you on Facebook. Randy, to join if you're up for it. Might as well have someone to talk to at least, because we might not have a huge audience today. But I see we've got Maeve, Simon, Joe is here. Who else is there? Let us know. Don't be shy today because we need questions. And we will get Randy on as well. And we'll see what Randy's got to say. Because Palmer may or may not turn up based on the time difference. Because I literally only sprung it on him at 2 o'clock today. I'm like, dude, I think we should do it at this time because no one turned up at the later time yesterday. So there you go. David Pollard, good to see you, mate. I'm Aaron Semenoff's here just for Randy. That hurts my feelings, Aaron. We'll come to the questions in a moment. Permu Mandala. I'll just wait for Randy to join so that I'm not answering the questions in a moment. Permu Mandala. Wait for Randy to join so that I'm not answering the questions in a moment. Who the hell is this? Are you watching this as well, Randy? Wait for Randy to join so that I'm not answering the questions in a moment. Who the hell is this? Are you watching this as well, Randy?
Yeah, hold on a second. I got to.
You watch this as well, Randy?
There we go.
Yeah,
that's back.
Oh, man, there's nothing worse than hearing yourself like 10 seconds later. You said something. What the fuck? Just to confuse me even more. But guys, Randy Rohde, 38 Digital Market. He's not got his background up today. He's normally got his background on there. PR guy, SEO guy. Randy, in fact, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience, because you know exactly what you do. I'm just making it up here.
Yeah, but you're good. Yeah, hey guys. So I probably know a few of you anyway, or I've chatted with some. I see Simon in there. Yeah, so Randy Rohde. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and have a digital agency out here. We do all of the fun stuff you can imagine. So SEO and web design and a lot of content creation. And we do have a great, I think, digital PR distribution service where, we can get people out there anywhere, AP News, Yahoo, Bloomberg, Entrepreneur, all of the fun stops. So you can go to 38digitalmarket.com, go check us out on our PR page. And there we go. Been doing it for a few years. Got to know Craig a few years back. And hey, Craig, just as an FYI, I thought you might get a kick out of this because we talked a bit about you. I did a podcast recording with David Wild from the Crime Lords fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did that yesterday. So, yeah.
Hope it was all good. All good.
It was all good. It was good. Yeah.
What was your thought process behind that? What were you talking about? Like, was it just filmmaking or?
Yeah. So, and for guys who have not, I have a podcast called Running the Bases with Small Businesses, and it really is focused around entrepreneurs and small businesses. But I love David's story. So in case you guys don't know, Craig, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I think got involved with this on this series called Crime Lord. And I think you can go check it out on Amazon Prime, Apple TV. There's probably some snippets or trailers, even in YouTube, probably. But a great show, very fun. I got some producer credits with it as well. Actually, I even got a cameo on the last episode of the last season, so that was fun. But I love David's story, though, because, the guy really is an entrepreneur out there trying to develop his own kind of film studio. And so I just thought it would be an interesting guest. And yeah, we really kind of talked about that industry and kind of how it is and how he got started and challenges, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, it's interesting to have different people on, because I certainly know David is not an SEO guy as such. So, but I think, when we're all doing things, we're all still fighting the same battles, the same problems. And, from, if you look at it from a business perspective. So I'll be interested in hearing when does that go out next week?
No, I do my web show. I record, so I have like several out there, ready to go in the can, is I think is the term. So his show probably isn't going to air until I'm guessing probably in January at some point. So
yeah, that's a bit of a letdown. But anyone who has seen Time Lord, here is where a lot of it was filmed, in my office. Ignore the gimp mask. One of my guys is away on holiday, so we've got this little punching thing. It's the punching bob, you call it. It's for my gym. Yeah. We just stick the gimp mask on it and pretend that he's here. But he's actually on holiday for a couple of weeks. But that is the Crime Lord. A lot of Crime Lord was actually filmed in this office, which was fun. But anyway, enough about Crime Lord, enough about all of that. Questions, guys. So, Randy Permumandala is asking how to download failed Core Web Vital URLs in Google Search Console.
I have no fucking idea.
Google Search Console.
Yeah, exactly. I would be searching like, I don't know. That's a great question, though, Permandala.
So, you do, or do you? Wait a minute. Open reports. Core Web Vitals. I don't know if there is a part here to download it. Wait a fucking second.
Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, I see Dirk. Hey, Dirk, thanks for checking out the podcast. Yeah, we had, and I'll just throw a nugget out there, being that Niche Website Builders is sponsoring the channel here, Craig. So my podcast that released on Monday actually is the boys from Niche Website Builders, Mark and Adam. So they got a great story about how they built their agency and their services. So you can go check that out. Really a couple of great guys. Good stuff. I've bought a couple of, I've bought some domains from ODYS, and then had Niche Website Builders do some of the initial content. So really good service.
So yeah, they are great guys. Check them out. The link is below. But to answer your question, how to download the failed core Web Vitals. So if you click in reports on there, top right hand side, it's got export. You can pull the stuff into CSV, Excel, Google Sheets, and then from there you can give that information to whoever you want to. So really simple and easy to do that. So just go into Google Search Console and get that information. Randy, checked your podcast yesterday. It was good. Go Browns. Break the wrist, walk away. Anyway, Pavan, sir, how can I find topical relevance keywords to build topical authority? Please give me some ideas. So, Randy, topical authority, topical relevance. What tools or what are you using? Do you even use tools, or do you do this manually? What's your...
Yeah, I do a lot of different things, actually, and probably overthink it and get, I don't know, probably more than what I need to. And guys on my team do some different things as well. But so you can use there are a lot of great tools out there. One, like SEMrush has got some kind of a content tool out there that you can begin to look up topics through their service. There's a couple, and I just bought one of these things out of AppSumo because I'm such a AppSumo junkie. Called, let me find it, Topic Mojo. You can go check that out. But it does essentially, and it was cheap. I think they got a lifetime deal out there. I think it was $60, and it really reminds me of the tool that's in SEMrush. So if you don't have a SEMrush subscription, or you want to do something not quite as expensive, go check out the Topic Mojo, because that really does the trick. There's a lot of, I just played around with it. I think I just got it on Monday, so I just played around with it yesterday, actually, to go give it a look-see. Another tool that I like a lot is WriterZen. So it's one of the AI tools out there. It's got kind of a nice topical relevance. Phrase does some of that, obviously, as well. So does Pop. Those are a couple of other tools we use. And if you really just want to go on the cheap, you just use Google and the Google search. Look at what other questions people are asking, look at what the other topics come up or the phrases that come up when you're doing the search. So there's a lot of stuff out there, from expensive to free.
People also ask, all that stuff as well is another one.
Yes.
So
yeah,
there's a whole bunch of stuff out there that should be able to help you, Pavan. Hopefully that helps you. Mr. Hogwin is looking for guidance on outbound links for affiliate sites. I know a site that gets slapped in the May update. Content and structure is good, but they have 50 to 150 do follow outbound links per page, which Simon feels is an issue. Do you see that as being an issue, Randy? Do you follow your affiliate links?
That's a lot. I mean, that just seems like a lot of links that are like sucking off of the link juice tit. I don't know. That just seems, I try to limit that stuff quite a bit. I'm probably on, So on the affiliate sites that we manage, we probably, I certainly tell my team, listen, cap it at 10, and then anything else do as no follow, and then. But a lot of the affiliate stuff we do is no follow. Like if they're going out to Amazon or, I'll do all of those as no follow because I'm like, fuck them. I don't need Amazon pulling off my site, right? So
that's why Amazon's the fucking most powerful website in the world. They're pulling off every fucking person.
Yeah. So I didn't need that. But I at a max I'd do 10. And we really actually do far less. But we really need to do 10 do follow links. But yeah, generally, if it's not an affiliate site, if it's just an informational page, generally we only do 1 do follow link out of an informational page. Everything else is no follow.
Yeah. Nah, fuck that. Don't do that. That's a ridiculous amount, Simon. I'm with Randy on that. That seems way overkill, and I would feel that was an issue. Certainly from me, if you look at my personal website, I don't go to the trouble of no following affiliate links on the Craig Campbell SEO blog just because I don't do that much affiliate on it. But certainly for Amazon websites, I ain't giving them nothing. It's all no follow. That's it. So they're getting enough from me. They're running away, giving me 3% commission. So they're getting enough cash and everything else. No chance with the link juice. So sorry, but I would cut that down massively, Simon.
Agreed.
Maeve, I think Maeve asked that when you were talking. So I think running the bases with small businesses, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's you cutting out or me, Randy, but
yeah, I saw we kind of reconnected.
I think it's Randy. I don't think it's me. I'll blame you anyway. But yeah, it's so Maeve, if you've got a podcast, check it out. And he's had me. If I've been on there once or twice, I think it might just be once.
You've been on once, almost 2 years ago, actually, like November of 20. Yeah.
So
we're gonna get you on again, and I don't know, bust you up a little bit.
Yeah, why not? I'm always up for it. Question for you, Randy: is it niche or niche? What are you calling it?
Yeah, is it Moozy or Muzzy? What I don't know. I say niche. I say niche, but niche, like I suppose like NICHE. So I say niche.
Niche. I'm a niche guy. This niche, fucking
I think Darren. I think that's a Detroit thing. The niche. That sounds.
Blame the Detroit people. Honey, how many comparison articles with 100 searches a month are required to earn 500 USD with an average ticket price of 500 to 1,000? I mean, that's a hell of a question. A hell of a fucking question to give an accurate answer on. So, 100 searches a month to earn 500. I mean, it's not about the searches or the ticket price for me. I mean, of course, searches, the more searches you've got, the more clicks, the more money you're likely to make. But for us to try and come up with a calculation on that would be wildly inaccurate. All you need to do is potentially, if your average ticket price is 500 to £1,000, and you're only interested in earning $500, you need one fucking sale.
You just need one,
So, whether that's from a very, long tail keyword, or you're getting a lot of clicks and you only convert, a very small percent. Either way, it's one sale. So
right.
I couldn't give you how many articles. That's
Well, I always give a like with clients or prospective clients, I always kind of do a quick roll through, in some simple math to say, like, Google assigns, like, if you're in 1 through 10, right, how many clicks or kind of what's the percentage of traffic that position 1 gets or position 7 gets, right? And it varies a little bit, but I always tell clients, just, to simplify it, like, assume if you're on the first page, you're going to get about 8% of whatever click-through traffic that's coming through the first page, if it doesn't have a map pack on it. And so, you could argue about whether that's completely accurate or not. I just threw out a rough number just to give them some expectations. And then, so if you have 100 searches, 92% of traffic, something like that, comes through the first page. So you're going to get 8% of whatever that 92 is. And we'll just call it 8 clicks. I don't know, 7 clicks, right? So if you're only going to get 7 clicks a month, potentially, to that page, then it comes down to what's your conversion. Right? How well are you converting, selling? What's your content like in order to convert? And so maybe you're only converting 2 or 3%. What's a good conversion on whatever your product is? So, you've got, it may take you may only make 1 sale every 6 months. So you got to get more traffic.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps you, honey. But it's a
3% can't. You'll be waiting a long time to earn $500.
But yeah. Sorry. I didn't see that part coming into after we answered the question. Dude, here I have my PT, right? My PT is very interested in getting into affiliate marketing. Now, he's no fucking clue. He's interested in personal training. He's a fitness guy, but he talks to me and he's like, fuck, I want to get involved. Now, he went away and made up this niche website. I'm not going to say what niche it is, but he came back to me and he said, dude, I've worked really fucking hard in the last 3 or 4 months. I've got 12 articles. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, is that how much money am I going to make from 12 articles? And I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. Like, what do you want me to say here? I says, but someone asked the question last week on Twitter, what on average does your best money website, how many pages does your best money website have? Now, there's a few different people on there. They've got a lady on there on Twitter called Niche Website Lady, who's doing really well. You've got a whole bunch of other people, and they were all tagged in this. And some guy said they had fucking 800 and something pages on their website, which is fine. But on average, you're talking people have a couple of hundred at least to make sufficient money. I'm not saying $500. There's people on there like the Niche Website Lady who says she does 12 grand a month from affiliate marketing. And she has specified that she has 350 articles. So I'm not sure if that's Amazon, Ezoic, or whatever she's doing. But going back to my PT, you're going to need more than 12 articles. The more articles you have, the more keywords you can rank for, the more traffic you get, the more your cookie's been dropped, the more money you're likely to earn. Don't think about, I need to earn $500. If you get, if that's your goal, fine. But, we all want to be earning more than that and more time and effort. So most people out there literally have hundreds of content over a prolonged period of time on their big money websites, if you like.
Yeah, and I think, and keep in mind, you're probably, and Craig, you attest to this, I'm sure, is that, if 80% of your traffic come from 80%. That's Craig's problem right there. 80% of your revenue is probably coming from, just a small number of pages on your site. So, you want to continue to look for the opportunity, I think, to maximize those pages and those particular products.
For sure. Also, Joe is saying Topic Mojo is great. Same founder as Brand Overflow. It's a substitute for the Answer the Public. Try Context Mines. And also Google search and add how to and whatever the keyword is or whatever. So some tips there from Joe. Dean, my man, how are you, mate? Common things that you get rejected for AdSense, which also means Noezoic as it's independent. Simple things one might overlook, and major things, having trouble getting multiple websites approved. So, Randy, out of the money websites you have, are you doing much AdSense, Zoic, or anything like that?
I do on a fair number of my Google News network. I put AdSense on those. I thought, hey, why not? And so we, earn, enough to keep me drinking coffee every month. So that's good. But I really have not had much of an issue on rejection on AdSense. I think anytime that I've had anything was something more about, like I've had a couple that must have gotten reviewed and they've come back and said, hey, you need to do something or whatever. And generally it's been, or I think they said like, well, this is an original content. And I just said, yeah, okay. And then I just resubmitted it and it got approved and put it all back on there again. So it's never been an issue, I think, of like that the content wasn't worthy. Site wasn't worthy, like it was some porn site or
you keep cutting out there, Randy. It's definitely you.
Are you just saying that, or do you think it really is mine?
Well, I genuinely do think it is you, man. Genuinely do. So I'm not a huge fan of AdSense as such. So I'm not probably in a great position, Dean, to say some of the things that you get hammered for. The only time I use AdSense is on my YouTube videos. I certainly know on Zoic, in particular, they tell you the reason that whatever low quality content or whatever. Certainly for the basic things on AdSense would be a low amount of traffic, no privacy policy. Trying to encourage people to click on ads is not seen. So your call to actions can potentially get you, into AdSense trouble, if you want to call it that. Links to inappropriate websites, counterfeit goods. If you've been banned before, these are all kind of common reasons why you might struggle to get on there. Now, obviously, when it comes to appropriate websites, that is something that's down to interpretation and all that kind of stuff. So it would be niche dependent as well. But I'm not sure what you're trying to monetize in particular, but there are certain niches that are seen as inappropriate. And one of them, and I'm not saying it's sex or anything before anyone jumps to the conclusion that Dean's trying to monetize some kind of sex website, but something simple like e-cigarettes, nicotine, that type of thing are not seen as appropriate. It's not what the world want us to be selling. So I had problems with nicotine and stuff before selling e-cigarettes. So that again, shit like that can run into problems. But if it's a general informational website that's getting good traffic, that offers value, I've never really had too much of an issue, with people that I train, people that I advise, people that I coach. I've never seen too much in the way of rejections unless it's been something hooky, like nicotine or worse still, fucking some sex stuff or whatever. So, but I'm probably not the best person to ask. I wouldn't say I'm majorly experienced in that area, but hopefully that gives you something. And Simon, it's always good to go with your gut. If you think that's a problem, it's definitely something that you should always try and play around with and see if you can resolve. Randy, are you a Guardians fan?
So if you've listened to my podcast, actually I'm a huge Cubs fan. I grew up as a Cubs fan, lived in Chicago for a number of years, so always a Cubs fan. Moved to Cleveland in 2007, and they're in two different leagues, so it was great. Not a problem to cheer for both of them. And then in 2016, they ended up playing. Cubs prevailed, but being that they are the hometown team, we certainly cheer for them, but not against our Cubs. And I still call them the Indians as well. That's yes, my router is probably behind the brick wall. That's funny.
Another question from Asif Khan. Can I internal link twice in a same post if it's relevant? Do you ever internally link twice in the one post, Randy, if it requires you to do so? Or would there be a requirement to do so?
Well, generally we do. Not to the same page. So I want to be sure you've got that distinction. So generally, say like and especially if we're doing it, it's an article, a blog post. I want to do the blog post is the brick wall striking again. I generally link to a relevant internal article, and then as well, probably we always link back to the homepage. Twice, sometimes that's all that we would do. And generally, we only, like in an article post, generally we only do 1 to 3 external links. And again, only one of those we try to do is being do follow. Everything else would be no follow coming out of that.
Cool.
I don't know. Is that different from what you do, Craig? What do you do?
Nah, like if it's relevant, like what you do, I wouldn't be going out my way to internally link to the same fucking thing. I don't see there being any point. If I'm going to do internal linking and it makes sense to do so, then I wouldn't be saying no, you can't do it. But you want to pass internal links to pages that are relevant and part of that topical cluster and so on and so forth. It doesn't have to be to the same page, but if it makes sense to do so, in terms of maybe you've done it once up the top, but your call to action takes you to that page, and that's what you feel is the right thing to be pushing people to, then yeah, I wouldn't say don't do it, but really one's enough is the answer. But there's no fucking law or rules against doing it twice, but one's enough to any kind of given page. In reality, from a Google perspective, but if it makes sense to do so for any other reason, then go for it. But Aaron Semenoff answers a question, and he says you need 37.5 articles to get to the $500 mark. That essentially is a joke answer, of course. That's Aaron trying to have a joke, just in case anyone takes that serious. But that is, it's a wild guess, and 37.5 might be a good starting point for you. You never know what happens. So, although it's a joke, fuck it. If you've not got that, try and get to that level, and then see how much you make. And then from there, let's say you do have 37.5. I need to do the maths in my head right first. But let's say you get to 37.5 and you earn $250, then your answer is going to be 75 articles that you're needed to make that $500. So do something, and then you can do the maths. Expected us to do the maths in a niche we don't know, and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be a wild guess, like Aaron's just done there. And Chase, my friend, Chris's hair's falling out, and he's clean shaven today. So, but no,
if I have his water bottle though, right?
Yeah, but no, you're missing the key ingredient, Randy. We need the tobacco.
Oh yeah, I need to chew.
Yeah, it's there's a guy in my office. He's left now, but he does a similar thing. Takes this tobacco, which absolutely fucking stinks, by the way, and then spits it into his water bottle, and you're just like, dude, for fuck's sake. The smell from that fucking thing is, it's insane.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. See you later on. Not you guys. I'm just saying cheerio to someone in the office. Nicola Minkov, how are you? Long time no see, mate. Good guy. Very experienced guy here from Bulgaria. But anyway, to answer your question, what about if we get a link from a 404 page? 404 pages can be 1,000. They have their page rank too if somebody forgets to clean a broken internal link. You ever done anything like that, Randy?
I'm still rereading the question to be sure I understand it here. You know that the 4 can be 1,000. They have their page rank. Somebody forgets to clean a broken link. They have paid. I'm guessing you're not. Now, this is just a guess because I really have not experienced this yet. If I know that I'm getting a link in the pages of 404, I'm guessing I'm no longer getting any kind of relative impact from it because it's the page is no longer there. So I'd probably go look to try to replace that link if that's possible. Do I have that right? The question right?
I'm not sure actually how to take this question. So what about if we get a link from a 404 page? They have the page rank too. So yes, they obviously have page rank. If somebody forgets to clean a broken internal link, so someone forgets to clean their broken internal link, how am I going to get my link on there? Like, I don't understand that part. Like, are you talking about reaching out to them and saying you've got I don't know how that would work. I'm not sure I get this one, but I might be misreading it. They have page rank, so somebody forgets to clean a broken internal link. So broken link building is essentially what you're trying to do. I don't know if he's trying to suggest, like, obviously you can go on to Ahrefs, put in a website, check the broken links, and you see a whole bunch of fucking broken links on there. Can you reach out and get that? Yeah. But would I reach out to a 404 page? I probably wouldn't.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Only that's how I took it, because if you have a link on your site, right, and say my website, and I'm getting a link from Craig's website, I go look at that link from Craig's, but it ends up being a broken link. It's a 404 page. Well, I'm not going to get any relevant juice from that page. Google's saying, hey, it's not there anymore. So you're not getting anything from it.
Yeah.
And so I would either I could reach out to Craig. It seemed like a waste of time, because more than who knows whatever happened to that website, or if it was a link we bought, they may have expired it, taken it down, whatever, who knows. But I would just go replace it.
But see, there's a whole number of other things going through my head. So let's say I had a page about PR gigs on my website that links to you. And then I decide to take that down for whatever reason, cleaning up my website, taking it down. You could potentially reach out to me and say, Craig, rather than leaving that as a 404, why don't you just fucking 301 redirect that to my website? But would I want to do that? I'm not so sure. I think you've just got to suck it up and accept you've lost a link.
You might do it for me because we're friends, but otherwise, somebody you don't know, they're gonna like, who the hell are you?
Exactly. People do it to me all the time. People reach out to me and they're like, Craig, I see you've mentioned this, this, and this. How about mentioning me as well? And I'm like, dude, come on, I can't fucking recommend the whole world. But yeah, potentially if you knew the person, someone might be open to that. But the reality is, I think that would be extremely hard. Nicola, we may have picked that completely up wrong.
I know.
And started fucking that all up there. So apologies if we have. But listen,
I'm looking down to see if he's put any clarifying comment. Yeah, Tom Riley was commenting. He says he's saying he had a link and now it's gone to 404. Does it pass any juice? I don't think that it does.
No, a 404 saying to Google that page
it's gone.
So I don't see that being a good signal in any way, shape, or form for that point. If that's the question, so people could argue, does that pass juice? But I'd rather get one from a fucking a status code 200, a live page, no fucking other funky shit. Just give me a link. Question from As If Can. Is it any problem if the same FAQ question is repeated to multiple articles that are relevant without full word-to-word copy and paste? So let's say, Randy, you've got 5 different PR packages and some of your FAQs on those pages are going to be overlapping. Do you care? Would you have repeated FAQs on there? Yeah. I don't think it's too much of a big deal.
I don't think. Well, I have a limited view of duplicate content, and I certainly am not going to be concerned about FAQs as if it's duplicate on multiple pages. That's beyond what I would be concerned about. I don't think that it's going to matter. But
hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, I wouldn't be overthinking that. As if just do what you need to do and answer the questions. If the FAQs overlap, there's only so much you can fucking do in terms of FAQs. Certainly when it comes to Randy's PR gig, there's only so many things people will ask. It's not like there's 400 different variations. But hey, did forgot to put his clock back 1 hour for the winter, potentially. UK started last week, US this weekend. The problem, Dean, is yesterday I tried it at the normal time and everyone said I was fucking late because it was like 1 p.m. Eastern time, so no one fucking showed up. So I changed it to suit the Americans and still not many people fucking turn up. So we'll have questions. But yesterday with Brad and Mike, there was like fucking 4 guys there. That was it. So that's why I decided to tweak it, because although I'm UK based, I think my following is probably all over the fucking place, but a lot of them are Americans. So it's got to go with the flow. Trying. We do this every fucking year, and this one week we have a couple of shows, and I can't remember what we've done the previous year. You're like, did I? So this year I've done it both ways, and I know that sticking to the UK time zone was dog shit. So yeah, need to play up to the UK, but YouTube.
Oh, I know you've kind of thrown me off with the in the mastermind group, because that one you've pushed up. So for me, it's an hour later.
Yeah,
I'm like, shit. So but
you've seen it in the group chat. People are like, is it now or is it in an hour? Yeah, so it sorts itself out next week. But this one week, use Americans, I blame you guys, are all over the fucking place. But Pavan, what are your views on AI generated content? Because I use AI content tools like Jasper and it gives them good results. I think it works well, but you have to create a well-researched and user-friendly content. I want to know your views. Is it working well for you, Randy?
Yeah, we do a combination of, and I think I've seen a lot of people kind of talk about AI content, and like Neil Patel has got a nice article or a video out there about this as well. And and we probably do something similar with what he prescribes, which is, we'll do some research, we'll begin to craft content in kind of our AI creator of choice at the moment, which probably actually I think is Writer's Zen. And then we'll dump it into Phrase, and then we'll, juice it up and get all of the topical relevance flowing. We may continue to go and tweak the content even further at that point, but it helps. And I think using the AI content, we don't post any total generated AI content. That we don't do. But I think having a good process, a standard operating process that defines it well, do the research, use an AI generator, dump it into like a Phrase or a pop, continue to tweak it. Generally, it can get you. Sorry, voice.
And so AI. All I can say on this, Pavan, is that I would be concerned at what happens 6 months or 12 months down the line if you're going to get slammed for that. I've got a specific process which I've shared in my mastermind, where I'll use AI to assist me with certain bits of content, but I still have the fear of God that, if I was to do well with AI content, it would fucking get slammed a year down the line. It is my main concern. That's just my own personal opinion. I'd rather pay someone to do it naturally so that I can sleep at night and my business doesn't go down the tubes in a year's time. That's all I would say. But if it works well for you, keep doing it. We do have a special guest.
Yes. Okay. Special. Yeah.
Special, all right. But what I'm going to do, because Chris, I fucked this up, right?
Me too. It's okay.
So yesterday we went live at the normal time in the UK, and no one fucking turned up for my show yesterday. So that's why I was trying to get you on an hour earlier today. But Randy, I'm just going to run this until 6. You can either bugger off.
It's on all day
After the hour, or you will until 6. or 6 in the UK. So, Randy, we are going to run for like another hour, which you're welcome to stay for, or you can bail out after the hour. It's entirely up to you. But Chris just messaged me, Chris, this whole fucking week where this fucking clock goes back in the UK and you guys don't do it for another fucking week is fucked up.
I think I read it wrong. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can do that. So it's just that we're gonna still meet. My normal time is still the same.
Yeah.
Well, next week, yeah.
Next week,
everything will be synced up, back up next week. It's just this week that's screwed up.
All right, so it's a party week. That's fine. I like to have a party here and there. No problem. No problem.
The problem is, Chris, our clock went back at this weekend. So just now, you're an hour in front of what you would normally be. I don't know. If I just said that right?
Yeah, for you, not for us. We're still on our
not for you. Yeah.
All right, so nothing changed for me, but we're all good. How many questions are there?
Yeah.
Hey, are you guys going to do the show next week? Because Craig or Chris, when are you traveling to Dallas?
Isn't Craig traveling too? Oh wow, that's next week.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Well, I was just thinking I will connect with you guys on the 9th or watch it just because I'm traveling on the 9th.
That's insane. I thought, okay, yeah, I'll be gone. Aren't you going to be there, Craig?
Yeah, I'll be there on the 9th. So we can either do the show or you can just sack it off next week. It's entirely up to you. But I'll be there on the 9th. So
I'll be there on the 9th. I'll be in Dallas. I'll be already set up in the room, feet kicked up at the Hilton there.
Very good.
I'll do your deal. I will come and do it in your room.
Oh, it's that kind of party.
As long as you buy me a beer.
Buy a beer, deal. Done.
Randy, you could even join in next week as well if you're there.
I would. I don't think I land until like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock Dallas time. So.
That sucks ass. But
we'll just set it up at the bar. Like this.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, we'll crack on with the questions. We will be on for an extra hour today, guys. So why the fuck not? Just in case we don't make it next week. So at least we're giving you
double whammy.
Double whammy this week.
Why not? Absolutely. Why not?
Dean, when he was talking earlier, most of the websites he's got are Google News websites, and so on and so forth. And it's now human now, so probably just those douchebags in there just, nope. But hopefully you get it sorted, Dean. And Randy, it was you. Randy keeps cuffing out. Haig is consistent. Randy's router is behind the brick wall. And yes, Dean, so a call to action like check Amazon price might be a reason. Yes. So the question here, Chris, Dean was asking, he is having problems getting websites AdSense approved. And he was looking for a few of the reasons why you might not get that. And I spoke to him about a couple of the different reasons. And one of those reasons would be trying to encourage someone to click. AdSense don't like that. So check Amazon price is likely to be a problem. Massive problem. So that for sure, Dean, is one of them. But Chris, man, what have you seen disapprovals for AdSense wise? Do you have problems or?
Never. I've personally never had any issue with Google AdSense ever on sites. I always got approved, and with garbage, like really horrible. Like it's probably the easiest. I've personally never had any issues, so I'm probably a bad guy to ask because it's been flawless.
even recently, Chris, because he was saying that. Now, and this is what I found. So when I was setting up all of our GNS sites, during the pandemic, all of that stuff was being automated, approved, the Google News sites as well as the AdSense. And I think since probably more recently, they've started going back to manual approvals. But and I've had a couple of my new sites get not suspended, but messages from AdSense saying, "Hey, you got to tweak something or you respond." And I just like, yeah, we did it, we fixed it, and resubmitted it, and and it's fine. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Because I'm only going to lose 3 cents a day. So even if you don't deny me, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Not for me. I have gotten those notifications though. That's absolutely that's a fact. But no, recently I just tried another one in the last week. I didn't have any problems.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Good.
Fortunate, I guess. Luck
Randy,
for the draw.
Joe is saying he had a similar issue and he had to hardwire. I don't know if he's telling you to hardwire your fucking internet connection into your computer, but it could just be a rough day.
Could be a rough day.
Asif, is it good practice to refer user from Amazon affiliate website to product page through call to action button? What is the best practice? What are you guys doing on that?
You asking me?
Yeah, both of you. Whoever was, yes, you go first. You go first.
Usually it's going to be comparisons. On the last project that I did, it was a comparison, and then see prices is the call to action. So see prices is what we did on the last project. So we were doing comparisons with like multiple colors here on the sides. I think the call to action was see prices is what we were doing, and it was a button. So
yeah, but you're doing the button then from the affiliate site directly to the Amazon product page, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that I was going to say that's exactly what we do as well on any of those things. So you use your Amazon affiliate link and have that as your call to action button, and boom.
I was doing
make it rain, baby.
We were doing cameras, webcams, all types of stuff like that. And I literally copied. There was a site how they had the layout. The comparison, I literally was just like, wow, this is so cool the way they do it. I copied them verbatim almost, like the way the layout was.
Right.
It was like, I think it's like camera decision, something like that. I really like that. Yeah.
Interesting.
What? I can't be the only one doing this, right? Oh, and I'm the only one out there getting new ideas from people that are winning. I took it as a blueprint. That's like going to build a house without like the sketch already done, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It blows my fucking brain at how basic people are when they're doing these things. They just don't do that much. So no, I like creative guys that think outside the box. I love it, but
yeah, I don't overthink it. I'm like, who's the winner? All right, I go to like 3 or 4 winners, and I'm like, I like this, I like this, I like this. Let's do that.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
That's basics for me. Like, but some people, I don't know what they fucking think, but yeah.
Oh, well.
I'm with you though. I like it. But Nikhil has a question. What strategy do you use to get Wikipedia backlinks? So are you guys going out your way to get Wikipedia backlinks? Are they still important to you guys in any way, shape, or form? Chris?
I don't think it's a top priority. If there's 9 trillion things to do, Wikipedia is not in the top 10. However, though, if everything's already established, and maybe it would be a nice tickle, right, to perhaps have that Wikipedia link, then I think the best course of action is going to be getting references. So I like to go out there and cite. So create sites or references of high authoritative, let's say maybe YouTube videos, or maybe a press release that I got. I might use that as a site or a reference. But aside from that, it's not a top priority. No, not for me.
Yeah, same. I don't have any strategy just because it's something that we don't really ever go chase. So
there is. I'm not saying I chase it because I'd be lying. I'm the same as Randy and Chris. But there is a website that I'll share with you, owned by a friend of mine. If you do want this stuff, I personally wouldn't be going out to get them personally. I'd rather just pay a guy to go and do that shit for me. Now, I'm sure there are guys on platforms like Legit and so on and so forth, but there's also a website here called WikiWookie,
I like it.
which is owned by a friend of mine. And if I was looking for Wikipedia backlinks to give it that tickle, as Chris calls it, I think you might have stole that from me before, Chris.
I did.
I said tickle, and I can't remember what for, but as soon as you said it, I'm like, this bastard's fucking writing down my words.
Hey.
But if I was giving it a tickle, then WikiWookie would be the person that I would use. So hopefully that helps you, Nikhil. No problem, Asif. Keep your questions coming, guys. We are going to be running for another hour because I'm quite happy to talk shit. And Randy, are you staying for the next hour?
Wookie. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here with you.
Oh, that's cool. I don't want to force it because Randy.
I was just lunch, so I can hang with you guys for an hour. Yeah. I was just checking out the WikiWookie site, so that's kind of fun.
I just didn't want you thinking, fucking cheeky bastard. I come on in case Palmer doesn't come on just to give you someone to talk to, and then I'm nailed on for 2 hours. But hey, 2 hours.
I saw the message and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I took care of some work. I'm like, all right, it's getting time. Yeah, I was ready. I was ready for you.
So
this is an interesting site.
The WikiWookie.
Yeah, backlinks from Wiki. What type of backlink are we talking about here? Because I could get people a quote unquote backlink. Are we talking about just a placement, a site, a citation, a reference for 170 doll hairs?
Yeah.
Touche, WikiWookie.
It's a link placement, a niche relevant page, a niche edit, if you want to call it that, on Wikipedia. I don't want to say too much because obviously these Wikipedia editors are fucking douchebags.
Is that not too much?
I'm blacklisted from Wikipedia anyway. I can't get a fucking Wikipedia page for love nor money. I have tried everything, even the foreign versions. These pricks have got my name in a little black book saying this guy doesn't get paid. So fuck you guys on Wikipedia. Have some of that, all that stuff. Yeah, but these guys can sort you out with a placement of some description. So have that one, Wikipedia. But anyway, I bought a website and there are many on-page problems like repeated internal links. Oh no, that's cool. We've answered that one. Tom Riley. US may get rid of daylight savings in 2023.
God, I hope they would. I hope they do.
Be nice.
It would be.
Stupid ass fucking clock changes anyway. Tier 1s, the new one-click tool streamline the process. For money sites, I've had mixed results. So Joe is giving feedback on stuff. Spinning content for geo pages still works great. Floating head is back. That is Chris Palmer. Floating head. Makes no sense. I swear I had UK writer with suffer optimized content, good traffic and rankings, looks golden, and is in the garden niche. I mean, that should be fucking easy, Dean. Garden niche is certainly, as far as I'm concerned, is not a problematic.
Yeah.
Pays out high on Zoic.
And here's the thing: Bradley Bennett got 14,000 approved with Quillbot articles, no problem during COVID for 2 years, but can't do it now. He just wants to automate feed scrapers and make dough from AdSense. So I don't know, Dean, if what you're doing in terms of AdSense accounts, I don't know if your name or maybe IP is potentially the problem.
I don't think that it's trying to automate feed scrapers. Could have. I mean, I'm sure that's fine. You know. Yeah, I would agree on that. It's not that. It's not that.
That's not that.
It's definitely not that.
Come on, Chris.
Something else. As to me.
That's nothing else. Come on, man. No, but the thing is, right, you look at this, if Bradley Bennett's getting away with it with 14 fucking thousand websites. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So you're just like, fuck.
14,000 websites, that could be netting anywhere between 40 and 50 bucks a week on AdSense.
Come on.
So I said it's enough to supply me with my coffee every month.
For
my
sure.
monthly coffee bill.
But 14, listen, by the way, Bradley Bennett is actually a friend of mine, a very solid guy. When he said he made 14,000 websites, I don't doubt for a second he made 14,000 websites. Like, this guy, automation, he's a very smart guy and stuff like that. So how he done it, I have no clue. But when he says he does it or done it or whatever, you need to ask him on that one. But Saga is saying AdSense approval is hard. You know, Saga, I don't do a huge amount of AdSense. I've never had a problem. Like these guys are saying, anytime I have, I've never had too much of a problem, but then I've not been using 14,000 fucking websites on it. And, you know, click here on the pages and shit like that. You know, I think that there are certain potential quality issues going on, shall we call it, you know, using feed scrapers, using, you know, click here, encouraging people to click on the fucking thing, you know, isn't going to get AdSense approved, you know, if someone's manually checking that shit now. So it's not hard, but I think, yeah, it is what it is. But Asif is facing an issue with hunting, shooting, tactical, airsoft, niche sites. Does Google hate that type of niche? Do Google hate guns and all that stuff?
I don't know about the hunting and shooting. I've had issues. The airsoft stuff I've had struggle with. I don't know if they hate, dislike, perhaps. But no, I think you should be able to find a workaround though, because there's lots of winners out there. I've never done any of the other stuff though, just airsoft. Yeah. Airsoft.
Yeah. I have an affiliate site that kind of surfs on the edge of that stuff. It's a preppers site, you know, survival and prepper. And so we talk a little bit about tactical gear, but I've stayed away from a full-on guns, anything with guns. And we do talk about knives, but more, you know, like, you know, multi-tool kind of knives. Nothing like, you know, something I'm going to come at you with, assault knives or tactical knife, something like that. But yeah, and I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, in today's world right now, that they're pushing down guns and that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
yeah,
you know, certainly if I was working for Google, that's something I would be wanting to put a stop on. You know, certainly that's going to be in the top 3 niches that you want to put a kind of wet blanket over. But hey, that's just me. Anyway,
but
Mario says,
but don't allow all kinds of other stuff though. There's boy. Like an airsoft gun. Whoa. But you wanna? Oh goodness gracious.
Let's not go into that chat.
Yeah, I know.
But Mario's saying they're selling Wikipedia links on certain forums for $350. Go to WikiWiki 179, cheapest chips. Fuck the £350 price.
That's right. You get a good tickle over there.
What I don't want to see, Chris, is you going to WikiWiki and selling wiki links tomorrow as one of your fucking services.
I was already thinking. I was like, hey.
I know Chris already has the post up on his site. Hey, wiki links right here for 200.
I can get under that. Jeez.
Oh man. Dean says mass pages are not doing well lately, and I kind of know the solution. Separate pages per region and or higher population areas only to reduce index, an internal link to each service page in that area. Any more tips? So mass page, they're not doing that well. Does he just do the higher population areas and internally link them better, or is there something better? Chris, that's more a question for you, right?
Well, but when you're producing the mass page site, are you keeping the same template across the entire site? Like, okay, this block here is text. This block here has 2 images. This block here has a form. This block here has, because I'm not the master by any stretch, but I did work with one of the masters. And I remember him massively paying a lot of attention to switching up the template of the site per 100 or per 500, whatever the number was. I remember that being an issue. Also, too, due to the way Google indexes, like they're going to come and crawl 2 to 4 times. Like I know that up towards the top, there needs to be changes. You've already hit on the aspect of the internal linking. I'm sure you're taking care of all the other little small ones, but I do remember that switching up the template was a big one. And I noticed that you didn't write that. Like the way the actual site is formatted on certain pages, it can't be the same across the entire site. You have to change that up, and I think you could do a little bit better. Other than that, I don't know. Anything else to add?
Randy, what are you doing with mass page? Are you doing that shit?
I don't do that. We don't do any mass page stuff. So
I don't either.
But I will say though, what Chris is saying about kind of switch up the theme or the template, that would make a lot of sense. That just seems kind of logical. So, I don't know how difficult that is. If you can automate that, like every 100 pages, insert a new template. But yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Hopefully that helps you, Dean, though. But I'm not a mass page guy. SERP Shaker. I mean, listen, Brad Maybury from the Tuesday show literally shits out SERP Shaker websites daily with no real template changes or anything. So he's not giving a fucking shit. His words are shitting these pages out for fun.
Cut and dry
for a lot of people. So yeah, but I think it makes perfect sense to maybe try and narrow it down. The days of launching 20,000 location pages are gone. Trying to get that indexed and whatnot is just a fucking nightmare. So I think going to the higher population areas and all that kind of good stuff is something you want to definitely consider. But hey, what do I know? Next question, Lado. Are national directory sites like Angie Leads a bad idea for SEO? Should you focus on a single market?
Are you looking to what is the objective here? Did they want to sell to them? Is that what their angle is here? I mean, I would focus on one single market, but also noting Angie Leads, what are they paying? I can only imagine.
Well,
they're probably.
Yeah, it varies from niche, I think, right? So on the service industry.
I have to go and see. I'm just curious now.
I've never even fucking heard of Angie Leads. I'm assuming that's an American thing.
Perhaps. Angie Leads. Huh. Yeah, I think it's always going to be good to focus on one niche, only because I'm going to use the word template again. once you have the template and you've done, you've created all the pages, you've created the content, you have the outline, you have the style, you have the look, right? And you've done it in, say, Texas. If you're going to move to, say, Florida or Pennsylvania or, I don't know, California, you already have everything. So that's why I would say focus on one niche. It's just going to be easier to scale. But, man, Angie leads. Maybe start looking for a new place to sell, if that's the question.
Hopefully that does help you. But I will also ask another question. How much does creating a YouTube video help rank a website at the top of Google? Randy, you can go first on this one.
I think if you, and only because I was just talking to a guy and we were looking at this yesterday about this. So if you create a good video, well optimized, do all of the secret sauce kinds of things and optimize this video for a key term, and then you have a corresponding page on your site that is similar, and then links with that page or with that video. I have seen, and I just saw this yesterday, the guy's video is on the first page of Google as well as the website page. So they were occupying two spaces in there. So I think it absolutely can be effective.
If the SERPs, right? But the thing is if your niche and the bulk of your keywords have or show that entity type of result, a video result. If, say, you put in your big broad match keyword for, say, I don't know, window installation, and you look down all the keywords for window installation, broad match, and say SEMrush, how many of those keywords show a video result, right? So do I think if 60% of the keywords are showing a video result, would it be wise to create YouTube videos for that type of service or that type of niche? Definitely. Heck yeah, it's going to help with ranking.
Yeah.
That's how I would look at that, in my opinion, personally.
Good, best way to look at it, man. And Dean is basically has said he hasn't activated those feeds yet on those on those websites, but good luck with it anyway, Dean. Have you got any thoughts on rank and rent websites? You guys do rank and rent at all? No. Or any particular reason why?
I like. I'm not sure. We are going to dabble into a couple of lead gen sites, which we have not done before, and so we're going to tap into a pretty high competitive lead gen kind of local around here industry, and then see if what we can do with that, if we can generate some revenue from those or not. But I don't know, the rank and rent, I just haven't pursued that. We used to, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, we used to do the stuff with videos, where we do the rank and the leads on video. That's an old tool, but I've done that.
Chris, is your internet connection playing up there?
No, mine's gold.
It's Randy.
Oh man, was I jumping out again? Oh yeah. Shit.
I don't think we heard shit all of that, Randy.
It must have been good. Google's like, nope.
Tell us what you said.
You have your dabbling.
We do not do rank and rent, pure rank and rent sites. We are going to start, we're just in the process of building a couple of lead gen sites in a good competitive service industry that pays out good dollars for leads. So we're going that route.
Nice. Each to their own. I'm not a fan of rank and rent. I just think you're cutting your nose off to spite your face. You could make a lot more money doing lead gen scalable and everything else. So rank and rent, I'm not a fan of. I have done it years ago, and it sucked ass. Certainly here in the UK, where people didn't really want to give me more than $500 to rent a website, which I know was making them a lot more than that. Double glazing, sash windows. I had a whole bunch of different websites that had high ticket items, and still the thought process of small business owners in the UK made it not an attractive option. So lead gen would have been much better had I went down that route. But I looked for the easy way out. I just wanted the cash without all the fucking tracking and all the other shit that goes with it. So, but it didn't work. I think lead gen's the way to go.
Yeah, I got it, and that's why we decided to do the lead gen, because it just, if you start throwing the numbers to it, it just seems like from a pure revenue, you're just going to make more selling per lead than you are, at a monthly, just here's a site and you're taking everything off of there. So unless the guy wants to pay
fortune.
Yeah. Chris, did you answer this question already or not?
Rank and rent, no. Lead gen, definitely. Not rank and rent.
You do lead gen already, right?
Lead gen, yes.
Yeah. No, I obviously I know one of the guys you do lead gen with, so I know you definitely do lead gen. Surely it would make no fucking sense to take, let's say, $500 from that particular guy for those leads. Man, no fucking chance.
Even if he said, I'll give you 10 a month, I would still say, no, I'm good. That's like insane. Yeah. No way. Not a chance. I'll just go launch another 1,000 pages in 1,000 new cities or towns.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
So lead gen all the way, Lado. Dean Signori is saying, he sold for 19 million. I think he is referring to Bradley Bennett. Sold all of his websites, and that's the alleged figure there. And I think he has retired. I don't know if he has officially retired, but he's out anyway, and all good. Sager is a fan of Craig and Chris due to black hat tricks. That's the black hat guy there. Him. All him.
White hat. As white hat as they come.
The floating head. Look, your backdrop, the whole aura about you says, I am Black Hatter, baby.
Gray, maybe. Not black hat. No. I walk in the light.
Matt Boley. I was going to say, fucking, who the fuck's Tom Boley? Matt Boley, the millionaire with bust up shoes, standing in front of someone's Lotus. That guy, that is what I've been told, but I don't know anything about the course. But
Matt Boley. How do I know that name?
I don't personally know him. I just know that someone mentioned that he was standing in front of a Lotus or something. But
interesting.
His name comes up. Apparently, does.
Well, I think that he was. Yeah, he had released something that selling like a course that supposedly he was doing in conjunction with Brad Bennett. And essentially doing the automation and doing AdSense, and they were showing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
Oh, I see the alleged shoe.
So, yeah. But as I say, I think Matt Boley, from what I hear, gives good information away. And yeah, I don't know anything about the course, but certainly Bradley Bennett is the one out of the two that I know. And Bradley Bennett is a very smart guy, very clever guy, very dedicated to what he done. So he's certainly a guy that I would be listening to in terms of good information. And yeah, check it out. But Something about it was limited. You missed the intake. He's retired now to money. He was automation and news websites getting indexed before the big players and jacking traffic from news events. So, yes, he was very much into his stuff. But Sagar, we don't want to make this the Bradley Bennett course show. So go and check him out and all that kind of stuff. And the objective is to sell leads to companies. I would focus on a niche like roofing. Roofing is not a good niche, says Dean Signori. Now, obviously, Sagar goes on to say there's too many players. What I would say on the roofing thing is I had a lead gen in roofing as well. Roofing could be a roof repair, fixing a chimney leak, replacing some slates in a fucking roof, whatever. Now, those are $100 jobs. They're not, in terms of you getting a lead for that, what's the guy going to pay you? 10, 15, $20 tops for that? Probably not, unless you're doing full roof restoration or whatever it might be. Then I think roofing is not a niche I would particularly go after. Don't know if you guys would say the same kind of thing.
Nah, maybe emergency roof repair or something, but I don't know. Nah, I'm good on roofs. Nah.
It's competitive as well. There's a lot of roofers out there. So I think for what you would make in terms of leads, I think you should be thinking more along the lines of
planes,
real estate,
boats,
planes, fucking hair transplants, dental cosmetic surgery, all of these. Even lawyers and stuff, pay good for leads and stuff. So high ticket items are what you essentially want to be looking at, not fighting with 1,000 other roofers.
Property lawyers,
all of that shit, man. Like easy peasy. Well, not easy peasy. That's not fair to say that, but it's
mobile homes.
Yeah. Anything that's worth more than fucking fixing a leaky roof. It's got to be good, right? Even basic things. There's a lot of basic things out there. Teeth whitening doesn't have to be stuff that costs 10 grand. Something that just costs $500 or something, rather than £100 or locksmiths and stuff. A $70 job or whatever. These are all garbage unless you're getting serious volume. But
solar panels.
Ooh,
they're one.
Nice.
I would imagine there's a lot of money in that niche.
Really?
For sure. So, Lado, just a few things to consider there, which is why probably Dean and some of the other guys have literally suggested that roofing is not so good. So, higher ticket items, have a look at them. But Lado has another question. What are the most common mistakes you see in lead gen websites, guys?
Not going all in from the door. Not laying out enough up front to reach the goal, because you don't get paid. You're not going to get paid on your work for at least 6 months, 7 months. So if you're going to do it, you got to go all in from the rip. Don't piece it out. Like, if you're going to go. That's a big one. That's the one. pick wise and go for it. Or you're just going to be twiddling your thumbs, because there are other guys out there that are they're going to beat you to it. So there's that. Have a massive reserve, because again, you're not going to be getting paid you don't get paid next month for the work that you did last month. It's going to be months. So make sure you have a good run, like a good burn that you have saved up. I wouldn't sit down at the table unless you got at least 40 or 50 grand. If I don't know what you're going to be doing, but make sure you have enough saved up that you can sit and wait that 7-8 months. Don't have national in your mind from the door. Take over a state and then just start running. Like take over that state, hit it hard, hit it fast, and then move on to the next. Bam, bam, bam. That's all I got.
Randy.
Those are all good. I think Chris has nailed it. I think, I would definitely think a smaller area. Don't come out of the box going, all right, I'm going to rank this thing nationally, because I think doing that, then the other thing then is, where you're selling the leads to. Are you going direct to, or are you selling them to like an Angie's List or one of those kinds of houses? So that all, kind of complicates. But I think if you start in a smaller geographic space, it gives you an initial greater chance of success. And then you can, expand from there. Once you have the template, the model built, then you can go and replicate.
For sure. Oh, that's another one too. Make sure you have some backups, because there's ups and downs. So when you start generating leads at a big level, like there's up and downs, especially as you start introducing factors. Say you do a lot of links, or you like whatever you're doing, there's ups and downs. So I would also have yourself a safety net. So like have another project like kind of there. Yeah. Oh, too, page age matters massively. So even though you want to hit certain, say, states hard, you still want to lay out all those pages, because I need that to accrue age. So you might want to lay everything out, but really focus your energy and your budget and your time and resource towards taking over areas.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I think it's almost likely kind of like affiliate marketing to a degree. You have to think a long game, right? You're not gonna. I'm not gonna launch.
Dang it.
November. Sorry, shit. I got to feed the squirrels in the back, doing the router for whatever reason. I don't know what you heard, but I just think you got to think long term in this, and don't expect like immediate gains. And so, to Chris's point, I think you're always, and this is what we're doing, is we're always thinking the next project, 6 to 8 months down the road, and when we want to see the return on investment for that, rather than like, all right, hey, we're going to start this month, and next month we're going to start, reaping the rewards from it. It just doesn't kind of work that way, I've found anyway. But.
At all.
I think I can't really add too much else to that, other than what I've already said. Think high ticket as well, and like Chris says, go all out, do it. Don't fuck around, or do a little pishy section or whatever. You're not going to make a lot of money that way. You're going to lose enthusiasm quick, and stuff like that. So it's what these guys have said is pretty much hitting the nail on the head. Also, what Sagar has said literally is hitting another nail on the head. Get a Wi-Fi repeater, Randy.
You know what the funny thing? My router is sitting on a wall like 15 feet away from me. Like,
it could just be a
Nighthawk.
I've got a question for you guys, and then we'll go on to the other questions. But guys, keep putting your questions in. We do have little under half an hour to go. Please do give us a little like, subscribe, and all that usual stuff. But question I've got for you guys, Chris, what camera are you using?
A 6400 Sony.
Is that an actual fucking video camera, or like actual thing? It's not some shitty little fucking webcam.
It's not a webcam. It's a mirrorless Sony A6400. And
you just fucking run that all day, every day. That's it. No problems. It doesn't burn out. Nothing like that.
No, that's it. There's you have to buy like this cord thing that runs continuous. Like instead of like putting a battery in it, it's like it's a battery, but it's a plug. So I plug that in, and that's it. And then I got that's it, man.
Randy, what are you doing? What are you using?
Yeah, I have sounds like a similar setup to what Chris does. I have a Canon EOS Rebel T6i that I have on a stand, and then I have the adapter, that cord that runs. I was looking for the box to see if I had it on a shelf in here, but it's what the hell is the name of that thing? Elgato or something like that.
Yeah.
Converter that then takes it and converts the signal and runs it through the system.
card.
So yeah. So
Are you literally sat there just looking at a fucking camera? There's no laptop, no screen, nothing. You're just sitting here like that, looking at the camera.
I've got, so like right here in front of me is my computer screen, right? So I can see everything. And then my camera literally is just above the screen edge. So that's why when I'm looking directly at like my eyes are not, but if I look at the camera, then it's probably more like direct eye contact versus if I'm looking here at my screen, right? But I found, and I set this up during the pandemic because, I was doing so many Zoom calls and so many different things and with staff and with clients or whatever. I'm like, I just need a good permanent solution that's going to be slick. And I wasn't having this router or signal issues like I am now with you guys. I've never had this before. And then I use for my mic stuff, I have a PodTrack P4 that I use, and I plug in my XLR mic. I use what the hell is this? Is a Rohde mic. I think this is the Podcaster mic is what I use. This is what I have on my desk. This is not what I do my podcast recording with. This is just what I set up for at my desk to do calls and shit. What was that? What a big mic you have, Chris.
Yeah, I got a big one. I learned valuable lessons though. You can get away with a lot with the lights though. I have a very small room, so it becomes very bright in here. Where I do the videos is it's a closet. Yeah, it's a closet. Yeah.
I bet you get hot in there.
Well, it's winter now, so it's freaking perfect in here because there's a heater right here. I have baseboard heaters in here. It's so nice.
Because I've seen you on some videos when you're going along and you are just like flushed. I mean, I'm like, Chris is boiling, and he's in some little booth and he is just boiling.
It depends. Yeah. So sometimes it'll be cold, so I'll crank up the heat, but then in this little room, yeah, it gets hot. Yeah. I'm going to switch this up though. I want to do it the other way because I need to get a light. I want a light behind me and then one in front. That's how you get that nice even, like you got it. It's even. Now there's just two LCD panels blasting me in the face.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those are can you, now we are way off topic, but can you, because we have those as well, those LED panels, whatever. But can you soften those so so they're adjustable, so they're not quite, glaring on you. So you should be able to, like the ones we have, I can make them like 400 up to 2400 output.
Yeah, they're down all the way. It's just because there's only. Yeah, if I stand this way, I can't even extend my arms.
Yeah, they're this far from your face. Here. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, they're right. It's so close, so close. I have those things like my mic and the camera set up on those, those spring-loaded things. You know what I'm talking about? Right. They're for holding mics, but I put the camera on one too. I can't even extend them all the way; it'll touch the other side. Wow. But I have a new room I built. I'm waiting for my board to come. I'm waiting for the Jamboard to come. Once the Jamboard comes.
What the fuck's a Jamboard?
Next level.
Yeah, those are
next
nice.
level.
Yeah.
You're not having a fucking Jamboard, and I've not got one.
I built a room. And I painted the walls green, and I have a Jamboard.
I've got a Jamboard now as well.
It's going to be So then I can stand on space. I'll be able to do whatever.
I'm ordering one right now. Yeah, the jam boards are nice because you can do a lot of great stuff, cut in and do stuff I don't do enough of. I just didn't need anything like that. But
Yep.
I'm looking at jam boards later. But the reason I'm asking is I am still using a shitty little webcam Logitech thing. I have bought the equipment that you guys have got, but it's fucking a pain in the ass to use. All that shit, too many wires. But I seen this thing called Insta360. Like it's a big one, like for webcams. I don't know if that's good enough. It's like $300, but apparently the fucking quality is amazing. So I was going to ask if you guys were using something like that rather than the traditional camera, because fucking running a camera and you've got shit plugged into it to pretend it's a battery and all that. That's fucking madness. But I need a static solution is what I need. But yeah, I need to figure that shit out. Get better.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my setup, I set it up 2 years ago or something. I haven't touched it since. So it probably took me an hour to figure out how to connect it all and get it to sync with the Engato thing and make it all. But it's set. I haven't touched it. It's like, as soon as I turn on my Zoom or whatever I'm going live with, it's like turns on, it's good, it's fired up.
And you could get all the cool stuff too, Craig. Like you could go get the Sony A7S, you could get the SM7B mic, the Elgato 4K PCI card. You could have
I've got all of that. I've got the Sony A7 camera, all sorts. I got it because
you don't want it, just send it to me. I'll set that baby right up.
Yeah, but Craig, I got to tell you, the DSLR image, it's not like I'm anything great to look at, but it's, it's a clean, crisp image. So is Chris's, right? You are, it's probably okay that you're a little muddy so that we don't get a great look of you, but but you're a little frayed around the edges. It's not quite as clean and crisp.
And you're suggesting that that's a good thing, right?
Well, I'm saying maybe it's not such a bad thing.
Oh man. Anyway, we'll have to see about that next week, Randy. Although I see that Randy's about twice the height of me, so I ain't fighting with him. I always thought Randy was a little dude.
This camera you're using right now is an A7? No.
Nah. I've got the A7 in the house. I have literally never used my A7 on a live stream. I've got all the Elgato 4K thing and all the plug and all that. Dude, I've never used it.
And you got the best one of the best ones. You got the best.
Yeah,
it's just setting it up and fucking all that shit, because I don't always work from the same place. So I've got a place at home where I do some videos and I do it in the office. Like carrying that shit about is a fucking pain in the ass. So,
well, I would just set up one static place is wherever, like if you're doing 80% of your video and your live stuff, like in your office where you are, just set it up there and leave it. And the other stuff that you do at home, just do the regular webcam setup.
Because the reason I was thinking like the Insta360, it means I could take it to America with me. I can do some shit out there with it and all that. So, yeah. And it's also, I travel a lot. So I have done a fair number of webinars all over the fucking place. So that's why I can't be bothered with that Sony. Yeah, it would be good for the house, which is where I do 80% of the videos from. But yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll revisit the Sony though, Chris, now that you've said that's the best one.
Yeah. The A7S is one of the best for the video.
Yeah.
For price. Yeah, in my opinion. One person's opinion.
Anyway, Aaron Semenoff, how many SERP links would I need to rank number one for the term 38 digital marketing?
Thousands.
I'm not
probably not much, I'm sure.
Out of quick curiosity, we're all going to SEO Rockstars next week. Any of you entered the competition to rank for SEO Rockstars?
Man, I didn't do it. I am like so busy right now. I'm like, I don't have time. I just
I didn't either. Chris, you're in there. I know you're fucking in there.
No, I didn't enter. And two, I went after the wrong keyword. I went for SEO Rockstars 2022. So I created the page and it was wrong. Simon White told me last week, no, it's just SEO Rockstars. But I ranked page 1 for SEO Rockstars 2022. But that doesn't count. What can I say? And I did it with garbage. Page 1. Right? Yep. Oh, well, can't win them all. I probably could have won it if I would have really put my heart to it.
Yeah.
I probably could have got 3, 4. Oh, well.
Next year.
Anyway,
what would you consider a good pay-per-click to lead conversion rate? 30%? Is that a good lead to conversion rate?
Pay-per-click lead to conversion?
Yeah.
What was your percentage? 30?
Yeah, he's saying 30. Is that good?
That sounds like really good. Yeah. That sounds like great. Like exceptional. You know.
Randy?
I'm sorry, I kind of got lost. I was doing the SEO Rockstars and I saw somebody did the Chrome web browser that Chrome in the Chrome store. Is that you, Chris?
No.
I know who that is.
Oh, you know who that one is? That's good.
Yeah. I did hot link that image though. That was nice of them.
That's great.
I might throw up another one quick to go for the term. I don't know.
Do you not? You're supposed to pay money to enter it though, so that the winner gets all the money. Is it all like $100?
I just do stuff for fun though.
Fuck's sake, Chris. But Randy, Lado's saying, what would you consider a good pay-per-click to lead conversion rate? 30%. Wow. Is that good? Bad?
That would be great. 30% would be awesome. I think lead conversion rate, I think if you're looking probably in that 5 to 7%, you probably would be happy with that. I think that's kind of a standard, but man, 30%, geez, you'd go to the bank with that.
You're cooking.
Yeah.
30%
is very good. I think statistically, if you were to look at that across a whole, because we don't know what niche you're talking about, but I think anything between 2 and 10% is the kind of statistically somewhere in between there is a good conversion rate. The last time I read something, it was 2.
Yeah. It does vary from industry. But in my mind, I always try to boil it down to as simple as like 5 to 7. That's what I'm trying to target.
I agree.
They're still going on about your internet connection.
Dude, no, I don't.
He's running CTR booster. He's running money robot.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I do have. I got somebody in here working now. We've got 3, 4 computers. No, more than that, 5. And my Mac. I'm running my Mac drive directions thing. That Holly is, laid out. I'm doing that. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff sucking off of our internet here. But
fuck's sake. Lado is asking, if he went national but deployed pay-per-click ads across different markets with an undervalued cost per click dollar rate, would you consider this a valid strategy?
I would think that you might lay out some coin and find out that the numbers probably won't work, because if that was the case, somebody would have already beat you to it.
Yeah, I just think you're going to spend a lot of money. I would, again, kind of what we've laid out. I would go small scale, try it in a smaller scale, see if it works, test it. If you get some traction and the ROI makes sense, if you can figure out the formula, then you could scale it. But I think you're going to be in for a lot of money down the drain that way.
Before a payoff. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe one for you, Randy. What types of links can I acquire that are white hat? He is really new, or she.
Let me tell you, press releases are an awesome white hat, good link source. So be happy to talk with you about press releases anytime. Come on over, shoot me a direct. But yeah, white hat links with press releases, great. You can get a lot of great links that way. Good source.
And if Lado has no clue where to find you, 38digitalmarket.com, Lado, you'll find them somewhere. But yeah, PR is a good white hat option for you, Chris. I know this is probably a silly question to ask you because you don't probably like these type of links, but with white hat, where would you be going?
What is a white hat link? What is considered a white hat link?
I don't. Is there really
a trick question, Lotto?
Yeah.
I think any link that's not a neutral that's going to give me a plus is a white hat link.
Yep.
Because every link is good and clean until Google says no. So I think anywhere, as long as you don't end up getting a penalty or getting in trouble, or actually gives you a positive result, because you can build a lot of links and still sit right where you were, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like your citation sources. I mean, there's some great places out there that may cost you a little bit of money, but you're going to always spend money on links anyway. But one I picked up from you, Chris, I don't know, a year or so ago, is like from Inc., to go get that Inc.com link that costs you $50, but that's a really beautiful link for the money.
Oh yeah.
Your local chamber of commerce, you could really, if you fill out your profile appropriately, you get a lot of good link juice from those things that are good white hat kind of a source.
Yeah, I think a good PR distribution, like on some of the top, like your AP Newses, your Yahoos, like a good distribution, that's definitely the way to go. I think, like the Inc., the Forbes Connect, those types of sources, Business Insider. Yeah, getting your good cleaner links, more expensive, I should just say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more white hat, only because of the amount of people that would have them.
Right.
Right. Nice.
However, I do find though, Chris, I rarely find that Inc. link when I'm looking at competitors for my clients and stuff. I rarely find people have that.
Yeah, how I stumbled into that was I was doing analysis on Thrive. They have one of the best backlink profiles I've seen. Diggity has a nice one too, but those links are unacquirable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Thrive has a nice backlink profile. They have a lot of good ones. I found a lot through them. They know what they're doing, I think.
2 seconds. I'm just verifying something on my PayPal in case you're like, what the fuck? Every time I log into PayPal, it wants a fucking text.
You're buying that Jamboard, aren't you? That's what you're doing.
I'm not buying anything. I'm just buying that ink link. I'm only kidding. I've already got that one. But Sagar has one of his websites is not getting first in the search results. Google is suggesting competitor website with men in the site name. His site has man as the brand keyword. And the word man niche is auto parts. Even if he was to search for his brand name plus man, the keyword shows Google's website. It's in the US. And he is trying to figure out why he's showing the guy that's got men rather than man. So any explanation for this, Chris?
So you have a site, it's showing men instead of man. Are we talking about like what the title, or that's what it's actually ranking for? I mean, hey, Google does whatever they want. There's a lot of things I'm sure we could probably find together that you're like, why are they doing this? You know,
Right.
I have who can answer that? I have no idea, bro. That's a tough one. It's freaking Google, man. They don't. Do they even know what they're doing? I have no idea. Yeah, I wish I had an answer for you, Sagar, but I don't. I'm sorry.
So obviously it's the brand name plus man, and it's showing up the guy with the fucking brand name plus men. One of those things, you need to show Google that you're the most important for those search terms. And obviously, for whatever reason, they're probably getting a lot of the click-through rate and engagement because they're above you. And that is probably what, keeps them remaining above you. So are you going to have to potentially do some click-through rate or something like that, potentially? So you've got to play around with a lot of things.
And two, I think maybe even take it down, like what you mentioned the anchor text coming in, but you said that's not an issue. What about internal anchor text? What about the density on the pages? Like not just the page that's ranking. What about other pages? Are you saying man over and over again? Like, I don't know. I would look at, there has to be something there, you know. I would at least check all those things. Internal links. What about the density on the page and pages? Internal linking, the anchor text coming in, and then two, like when you're inside a search console or whatever, like how are people finding and actually clicking on you? Are they finding and clicking based on man instead of men? So that could, I'd look at all those things personally, now that I think about it.
Have a look. Sagar goes on to say Randy's running a YouTube farm on his land. So it certainly looks that way, Sagar, for sure. Randy's sitting here. It's a bit like Dean earlier. Why am I not getting approved on AdSense when I've got all this wiki shit going on? Randy's going, I've never had this problem before, but he fails to tell you there's like 10 computers working like a bitch in the background. Yeah, Randy, come on, man. And they're all running about 6 different tools at the one time. So fuck.
That's why you've got over 300 viewers, right now.
There you go.
Yeah. Keep them going, Randy. Keep them going. Lado, do you personally recommend sending a PCP campaign, pay-per-click, I'm going to make the assumption is, a pay-per-click campaign to a landing page or to a home page? Lado, that question answers itself. A landing page, the fact that you mentioned the landing a landing page is there specifically to land you on something designed to sell and convert you. Your home page is kind of generic about you, your brand, and everything else. So if I'm looking for links, let's see Chris Palmer sells links, and he wants me to buy guest posts, and I go onto his website and he does an ad and he lands me on his fucking homepage, which has nothing about guest posts on it. It's all about him, his YouTube, his all his fucking other bullshit. I'm not fucking interested. Boom, I'm off. If he was to land me on the right page, then of course that's likely to keep me there, get my attention very quickly, and convert. So that is, the word landing page is designed specifically for that. So yes, use the landing page in all instances where you can. Don't use pay-per-click to a homepage. That shit's going to be very much hit or miss. But guys, what's your take on it?
Absolutely.
Nothing to add.
I mean, would you, even if someone held a gun to your head just now, Chris, and said, listen, mate, you're going to be running ads just now, you're going to be running to your homepage, surely you'd have to say, just put the bullet in my head. You're wasting
I would never do that. No. No.
Yeah.
There's too many things to click. It's not centralized anything. No. If you're making a landing page and the main focus of the page is to convert whoever lands on that, then yeah, of course you want to run PPC if the numbers make sense. If is a big question.
Lado is asking, And we are running out of time, guys, so this will be the last couple of questions from Lado. Then we've got Sagar. Then we are done. We've done a 2-hour stint. But when should you use subdomains and not? Randy, do you use subdomains at all?
A few. I'm just kind of thinking about that, actually. My preference would be always to have my own, a standalone domain. That generally is my preference. But like on our website, for like our as a case studies, as an example for press releases, we did do a subdomain for the press for the case studies. Case studies dot press release. Coming off of that, and so if it's relative, I don't know. That's the way that we've used it anyway. If it's kind of relative to the page or to that particular domain. But otherwise, I don't go too far afield on.
For me, subdomains, there's two instances, I think. Like if you're running, say, an online store, and then you have also maybe a blog or some type of personal brand or whatever the case may be, you can either separate the store onto a subdomain or you can separate the blog onto a subdomain. That's one instance that I've had success with, generally separating. Or if there's like two separate, it's the same business, but I don't want to take away specific keywords on the main, on the root, right? Like a store or blog is a great instance. And then I think the other reason to use a subdomain could potentially be for maybe manipulation of some sort. So maybe trying to get more spots in the SERP, maybe just as a feeder page, like because you can get an exact match. But other than that, I don't see any other reason. Either a feeder page or because you want to separate a store from a blog.
Right. Now, I have seen, and we've done this in the past, to use a subdomain to build out a landing page for PPC.
There you go.
It's
another really good one.
And finally, guys, Sagar, the guy that had that little problem with the main and man thing going on, in Google Keyword Planner, both the brand name plus man and main has the same search values. Do you believe that to be accurate, Chris or Randy? When they're showing that main and man, are Google just saying that's the same fucking thing? Here's the same fucking value, or that's the way I interpret it. But I don't know if you guys think differently on that.
Well, that's easy to figure out, though. Just do a search for both.
Yeah.
And see what does Google, look at the top 10, top 5 results. What's Google rewarding? What are they showing? If it's the same sites but in different orders, then still it's the same thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on here, Shazad, but you wrote 100 more, but the same issue. Now, when I see back in 2022, it turns out I didn't need to know that I need to index my website too. Indexing your website, I think you're talking about 100 articles. You need to make sure that those articles get indexed. Can't copy and paste. You can't use garbage that's stolen, spun, whatever. It might not index. So you need to keep an eye on indexation, or you've completely wasted your time. But on that note, guys, we are out of time. Thank you very much, Randy, for stepping up to the plate and helping us out. And always good to have someone else on anyway. Gives us a bit of different chat. And you can find Randy, 38digitalmarket.com. Go check him out. And if you're struggling, give me a shout and I can pass you over to him. Also, go check out Chris Palmer SEO on YouTube. Just fucking Google him, buy up some of his shit. Whatever you want to do with him, go get some consultancy. And finally, do check out Niche Website Builders if you're interested in getting a done for you website built because you're a lazy bandit like every other SEO out
Lazy bandit.
there.
Craig, you're the best, man.
Dude, come on, man. All SEOs are lazy bandits. They don't want to do any.
They're not bandits and they're not just lazy, but they're lazy bandits.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Anyway, on that note, guys, catch you all hopefully next week at the same time with a Peter in Dallas.
From Dallas.
Dallas. Bring your hat, big guy.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Cheers.
See you later.